Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome back to Formula Amateur, where today we'll be discussing the IndyCar series, who's taking part, how they're doing so far in terms of the races that have already happened, and what races are coming up this year. So let's get going, shall we? So first of all, we will discuss the companies that are the racing teams that take part in IndyCar, starting with AJ Foyt Enterprises, which I also mentioned in the IndyCar Next series. They also run in IndyCar. They started in 1966. Their owner is AJ Foyt, and they run a Chevrolet engine, and they've got two drivers, Caio Collet from Brazil, he has the number 4, and Santino Ferrucci from the USA, and he's got the number 14. Then it's Andretti Global, who started in 2003, and their owner is Dan Towers, who is also the owner of the Cadillac Formula One team, and they run a Honda engine, and they've got 3 drivers. They've got Will Power from Australia, which is a great name for him, and he runs number 26. And with number 27 is Carl Kirkwood from the USA, and with number 28 is Marcus Ericsson from Sweden, and he runs number 28. And the next team is Arrow McLaren IndyCar team. They started in 1970, and their owner is McLaren Racing, specifically Zach Brown, who is also the CEO of the McLaren Formula One team, McLaren MasterCard Formula One team this year. Their engine is Chevrolet, and their drivers, they've got 3 permanent drivers and 1 driver that is specifically taking part in their car for Indy 500. So their drivers are Pato Ward from Mexico, who holds the number 5. Alan Siegel from the USA, he's got the number 6. And Christian Lundgaard from Denmark, he's got the number 7. And their Indy 500 only car will be driven by Ryan Hunter-Reay from the USA, and he'll have the number 31. And then the next company is Chip Ganassi Racing. They started in 1990. Owner, surprise, is Chip Ganassi, and their engine is Honda. Their drivers are, with the number 8, Kiffin Simpson from the Cayman Islands, with the number 9, Scott Dixon from New Zealand, and with the number 10, Alex Palau from Spain. And then the next team is Dale Coyne Racing, and they have been around since 1984. Owner is Dale Coyne, and their engine is Honda. Their drivers are Romain Grosjean from France, who was a Formula One driver. Initially, his Formula One career ended after his massive accident in Bahrain in 2020. He has the number 18, and with the number 19 is Dennis Hauger from Norway. And then the next team is Drea and Rainbold Racing, and they are only running in the Indy 500. They started in 1999, and their owner is Dennis Rainbold. Their engine is Chevrolet, and their driver numbers will be 23 for Connor Daly from the USA and 24 for Jack Harvey from Great Britain. And then the next team is started in 2012 and is ECR. Their owners are Ted Gelov and Ed Carpenter. They run a Chevrolet engine, and their drivers are Alexander Rossi from the USA. He has the number 20. Christian Rasmussen from Norway. He runs 21. And one of the owners, Ed Carpenter from the USA, will drive in the 500, and he holds the number 33. And then the next team is Juncos Hollinger Racing. They started in 2017. Owners are Ricardo Juncos and Brad Hollinger. They run a Chevrolet engine, and their drivers are with the number 76, Rinus VK from the Netherlands, and Stingray Robb from the USA with the number 77. And fun fact about Stingray Robb, he also has a fun name. He was named after the Corvette because his parents were massive fans of the Corvette car. And then the next team is Meyer Shank Racing. They've been running since 2017, and their owners are Jim Meyer and Michael Shank. Their engine is Honda, and for the Indy 500 driver, one of their drivers will be Helio Castroneves, who will hold the number 6. He's from Brazil. And then their permanent drivers are Felix Rosenqvist from Sweden, and he has the number 60, and Marcus Armstrong from New Zealand, who has the number 66. And then the next team is Rahal Letterman Langigan Racing from 1992. The owners are Bobby Rahal, David Letterman, and Michael Lanigan. David Letterman famously being a talk show host in America, and he has been one of the owners for quite a while. Their engine is Honda, and their drivers, one of them is actually the son of one of the owners, and that's Graham Rahal from the USA. With number 45 is Louis Foster from Great Britain. Number 47 is Mick Schumacher. He was listed as being Swiss, but I'd argue he's actually from Germany. He is the son of Michael Schumacher, the 7-time world champion of Formula One. And in Indy 500, they will also run the car number 75 with Takuma Sato, who is from Japan. And then the next team and the last team is Team Penske, who started in 1968. Their owners are Roger Penske and Penske Racing Incorporated. They run a Chevrolet engine, and their driver with the number 2 is Joseph Newgarden from the USA, Scott McLaughlin from New Zealand with the number 3, and David Malukas, who won Indy Next last year. He runs the number 12. So now let's get into qualifying. So for the first race was the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. For qualifying, in first position was McLaughlin, in second was Ericsson, in third was Hauger, in fourth was Palau, in fifth is Malukas, in sixth is Grosjean, in seventh is Armstrong, in eighth is O'Ward, in ninth is Foster, in 10th is Simpson, in 11th is Rosenqvist, in 12th is Lundgaard, in 13th is Power, in 14th is Rasmussen, in 15th is Kirkwood, in 16th is Dixon, in 17th is Ferrucci, in 18th is Rahl, in 19th is VK, in 20th is Robb, in 21st is Schumacher, in 22nd is Siegel, in 23rd is Newgarden, in 24th is Collette, and in 25th is Rossi. And how did the race pan out? Well, in first is Palau, who gained 3 positions. In second is McLaughlin, who dropped 1 position. In third is Lundgaard, who gained 9 positions. In fourth is Kirkwood, who gained 11 positions. In fifth is O'Ward, who gained 3 positions. In sixth is Ericsson, who dropped 4 positions. In seventh is Newgarden, who gained 16 positions. In eighth is Grosjean, who dropped 2 positions. In ninth is VK, who gained 10 positions. In 10th is Hauger, who dropped 7 positions. In 11th is Armstrong, who dropped 4 positions. In 12th is Rosenqvist, who dropped 1 position. In 13th is Malukas, who dropped 8 positions. In 14th is Foster, who dropped 5 positions. In 15th is Simpson, who dropped 5 positions. In 16th is Rossi, who gained 9 positions. In 17th is Collette, who gained 7 positions. In 18th is Rahl, who stayed where he was. In 19th is Rasmussen, who dropped 5 positions. In 20th is Siegel, who dropped 5 positions. In 21st is Robb, who dropped 1 position. In 22nd is Power, who dropped 9 positions. In 23rd is Dixon, who dropped 7 positions. In 24th is Ferrucci, who dropped 7 positions. And in 25th is Schumacher, who dropped 4 positions. And then the next race is a Good Ranchers 250, which was held in Arizona, whereas St. Petersburg is in Florida. So in terms of qualifying, first was Malukas, in second was Newgarden, third is Rahl, in fourth is Schumacher, in fifth is McLaughlin, sixth is Rossi, in seventh is O'Ward, in eighth is VK, in ninth is Sigal, in 10th is Palau, in 11th is Kirkwood, in 12th is Robb, in 13th is Armstrong, in 14th is Ericsson, in 15th is Dixon, in 16th is Foster, in 17th is Lundgaard, in 18th is Rasmussen, in 19th is Simpson, in 20th is Grosjean, in 21st is Ferrucci, in 22nd is Hauger, in 23rd is Collette, in 24th is Rosenqvist, and in 25th is Power. And in the race, in first position was Newgarden, who gained 1 position. In second was Kirkwood, who gained 9 positions. In third was Malukas, dropped 2 positions. In fourth was O'Ward, who gained 3 positions. In fifth is Armstrong, who gained 8 positions. In sixth is Rossi, who stayed where he was. In seventh is Dixon, who gained 8 positions. In eighth is McLaughlin, who dropped 3 positions. In ninth is Rahl, who dropped 6 positions. In 10th is Simpson, who gained 9 positions. In 11th is Ferrucci, who gained 10 positions. In 12th is Rosenqvist, who gained 12 positions. In 13th is Lundgaard, who gained 4 positions. In 14th is Rasmussen, who gained 4 positions. 15th is Hauger, who gained 7 positions. 16th is Power, who gained 9 positions. In 17th is Ericsson, who dropped 3 positions. In 18th is Schumacher, who dropped 14 positions. In 19th is Collette, who gained 4 positions. In 20th is Siegel, who dropped 11 positions. In 21st is Rob, who dropped 9 positions. In 22nd is VK, who dropped 14 positions. In 23rd is Foster, who dropped 7 positions. In 24th is Palau, who dropped 14 positions. And in 25th is Grosjean, who dropped 5 positions. And then in terms of the Java House Grand Prix of Arlington in Texas, the quali was as follows. In first position was Ericsson, in second was Palau, in third was Award, in fourth is Power, in fifth is Rosenqvist, in sixth is Armstrong, in seventh is Kirkwood, in eighth is Rasmussen, in ninth is Malukas, in 10th is Rossi, in 11th is Newgarden, in 12th is Ferrucci, in 13th is Foster, in 14th is Simpson, 15th is Grosjean, in 16th is Collette, in 17th is Schumacher, 18th is Lundgaard, 19th is Hauger, in 20th is Dixon, in 21st is VK, in 22nd is Siegel, in 3rd is Rob, in 24th is Roll, and in 25th is McLaughlin. And in terms of the race, in first position was Kirkwood, who gained 6 positions. In second is Palau, who stayed where he was. In third is Power, who gained 1 position. In fourth is Ericsson, who dropped 3 positions. In fifth is O'Ward, who dropped 2 positions. In sixth is Malukas, who gained 3 positions. In seventh is Lundgaard, who gained 11 positions. In eighth is Dixon, who gained 12 positions. Ninth is Rossi, who gained 1 position. In 10th is Armstrong, who dropped 4 positions. In 11th is McLaughlin, who gained 14 positions. In 12th is Collette, who gained 4 positions. In 13th is Foster, who stayed where he was. 14th is VK, who gained 7 positions. 15th is Newgarden, who dropped 4 positions. In 16th is Hauger, who gained 3 positions. In 17th is Ferrucci, who dropped 5 positions. In 18th is Rahl, who gained 6 positions. In 19th is Rosenqvist, who dropped 14 positions. In 20th is Simpson, who dropped 6 positions. In 21st is Rob, who gained 2 positions. In 22nd is Schumacher, who dropped 5 positions. In 23rd is Grosjean, who dropped 8 positions. In 24th is Siegel, who dropped 2 positions. And in 25th is Rasmussen, who dropped 17 positions. And now on to the next quali, which is a Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix. And in terms of qualifying, Palau qualified first. In second was Malukas. In third was Rahl. In fourth was Armstrong. In fifth was Kirkwood. In sixth is Grosjean. In seventh is Ferrucci. In eighth is Ericsson. In ninth is Newgarden. In 10th is Lundgaard. In 11th is Rossi. In 12th is O'Ward. In 13th is Dixon. In 14th is McLaughlin. In 15th is Siegel. In 16th is VK. In 17th is Rasmussen. In 18th is Rosenqvist. In 19th is Simpson. In 20th is Schumacher. 21st is Collette. 22nd is Foster. 23rd is Power. 24th is Hauger. And in 25th is Rob. And now the race itself. Palou stayed where he was in first. In second is Lundgaard, who gained 8 positions. In third is Rahl, who stayed where he was. In fourth is Malukas, who dropped 2 positions. In fifth is Kirkwood, who dropped 2 positions. In sixth is Armstrong, who dropped 2 positions. In seventh is Dixon, who gained 6 positions. In eighth is Ferrucci, who dropped 1 position. In ninth is Ericsson, who dropped 1 position. In 10th is Newgarden, who dropped 1 position. In 11th is Rossi, who stayed where he was. In 12th is Power, who gained 11 positions. In 13th is Rosenqvist, who gained 5 positions. In 14th is VK, who gained 2 positions. In 15th is Grosjean, who dropped 9 positions. In 16th is McLaughlin, who dropped 2 positions. In 17th is O'Ward, who dropped 5 positions. In 18th is Siegel, who dropped 3 positions. In 19th is Rasmussen, who dropped 2 positions. In 20th is Simpson, who dropped 1 position. In 21st is Collette, who stayed where he was. In 22nd is Rob, who gained 3 positions. In 23rd is Hauger, who gained 1 position. In 24th is Schumacher, who dropped 4 positions. And in 25th is Foster, who dropped 3 positions. And now let's talk about the championship. In first place is Carl Kirkwood with 156 points. 2 points behind him on 154 is Alex Palou. And third is Christian Lundgaard, 23 points behind on 121. A further 5 points behind is David Malukas on 116. In fifth is Joseph Newgarden on 113, so that's 3 points behind. Sixth is Pato O'Ward, who is on 106 points, 7 points behind Newgarden. Seventh is McLaughlin, who is a further 7 points behind on 99, and Marcus Ericsson also on 99, and then Marcus Armstrong on 98, 1 point behind Marcus Ericsson. 10th is Scott Dixon, who is on 85, that's 7 points behind. Then in 11th is Alexander Rossi, who is on 83, 2 points behind. 12th is Graham Rail on 82, 1 point behind. In 13th is Will Power on 77 points, 5 points behind. 14th, 12 points behind him is Rosenqvist on 65. In 15th is Santino Ferrucci on 62, 3 points behind. In 16th is Rinus VK on 62, so the same as Ferrucci. 17th is Dennis Hauger, 5 points behind on 57. And in 18th is Kiffin Simpson on 55, further 2 points behind. Then in 19th is Roman Grosjean on 51, 4 points behind Simpson. In 20th is Caio Collet on 51 points, just like Grosjean. In 21st is Louis Foster, 5 points behind on 46. And then in 22nd is Christian Rasmussen on 42, that's a further 2 points behind. In 23rd is Nolan Seagull on 38, that's a further 6 points behind. On 24th is Stingray Robb with 35 points, 3 points behind. And in 25th is Mick Schumacher. He is in his rookie year, so it's understandable that he might find it difficult at first, and he is a further 4 points behind. And then just to recap the Indy 500 drivers that are taking part just for that race in May, Ed Carpenter, Helio Castroneves, Connor Daly, Jack Harvey, Brian Hunter-Reay, and Takuma Sato. And finally, to conclude this episode, we are going to discuss the remaining races, and there's quite a few. The IndyCar season actually ends beginning of September rather than being a whole 9 months like Formula One. So the next race is April 19th, the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach. Then May 9th is Asuncio Grand Prix. May 24th is the 110th Indianapolis 500. So that's where those additional drivers will be there. On May 31st is the Chevrolet Detroit Grand Prix. June 7th is the Bomarito Automotive Group 500. Then June 21st is the XPEL Grand Prix at Road America. July 5th is Honda Indy 200 at Mid-Ohio. July 19th is the Borchetta Bourbon Music City Grand Prix. August 9th is the Bitnow.com Grand Prix of Portland. August 23rd is Freedom 250 Grand Prix of Washington, D.C. That is because it's the 250th anniversary of the independence of the USA and USA becoming a nation on its own. And then August 29th is the Snap-on Makers and Fixers 250, and August 30th, the day after, is the Snap-on Milwaukee Mile 250. Not sure what the difference is there. It seems like it'll be on the same track. Maybe they'll move the track about a bit, but it'll be in the same place. And then September 6th, the final race is the WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Formula Amateur, or thank you for watching as well if you are doing so. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope that those who are watching like the fact that I'm actually filming my face for once, just like I did last week for the IndyCar Next episode. I hope you have a lovely rest of your weekend. I'll see you next Saturday. Don't forget to check out my lovely colleagues on the Be the Change Media Network, and don't forget to check out BeTheChangeMediaNetwork.com. As I said, have a lovely week, and I'll see you next Saturday or Sunday. Goodbye.